Kyoto is a city on the island of Honshu. It's famous for its numerous classical Buddhist temples as well as its beautiful, luscious gardens, imperial palaces, Shinto shrines, and traditional wooden houses. Kyoto is also the former capital city of Japan, and it is world famous for its refined culture, dining, and charm of rural Japan. Kyoto City attracts millions of local international visitors each year looking for traditional Japanese culture, including that of the famous geisha. Can you recognize this movie clip? If you said Memoirs of a Geisha, make sure you hit that like button because you and I like the same kind of movies, my friend. We had the opportunity to go and see this culture firsthand and even participate in our very own Japanese tea ceremony. The Japanese tea ceremony is a practice that uses matcha tea as a way to promote a positive relationship between the host and its guest. The tea ceremony is marked by 4 principles: harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. Hello everyone, welcome back to JJWB TV. You are watching The Traveling Jays and I'm your host Janelle. Now, if you've been joining us, if you've been following along, this is our weekly series on our 14-day trip to Japan. And every week I'm showing you a different piece of what we experienced. This week we finally made it to Kyoto for our tea ceremony. Okay. Everyone, this is Jazz. Jazz, this is YouTube. YouTube, this is Jazz. This is the other half of the Traveling Jays. As you can see, he is in his full kimono with his samurai sword. If you didn't see this video, then you need to go back and watch our samurai experience video. Y'all, we got to train with the swords and authentic kimonos, and I even got to live out my lifelong dream of starring in my own martial arts movie, and I think I did pretty good. So Warner Brothers, okay, all y'all give me a call, hit me up. I'm ready. Oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna scoot over and let you show the folks at home what you want to show them. Everyone, this is Jazz and his katana. He did purchase this in Kyoto, Japan, so this is an authentic sword. This is not a toy. Do not play with this at home. Don't play with it next to my locks. You know, just let me get the locks out the way. Because we're gonna mess around and we're gonna have a problem. That's it. You're not gonna show them one of your moves? No, you're leaving? You just murdered my trash can. You did. Okay. On that note, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the tea ceremony video. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So, if you're taking a long trip to Japan, you're probably planning to hop across the island, which is exactly what we did. So we started in Tokyo. From Tokyo, we went to Kyoto. From Kyoto, we went to Osaka. From Osaka, we went to Nagoya, and from Nagoya, we went back to Tokyo to finish our trip and come home. And so, in Japan, you will have your Suica card, which is what you're going to use for public transportation, and then you'll have your JR pass for the bullet trains to get from city to city. We were only traveling with our overnight bags, and from our samurai experience, we went straight to the JR station. Now, we did purchase our JR passes with an app called Klook, which is what we used for quite a bit of Japanese activities because there's a lot of places that don't accept American credit card. And so the Klook app made it a lot easier to book things without having to translate everything. So I do recommend. I'm gonna make a separate video on things you need to know before you go a little bit later, and so I'll get further into detail with that. But for the bullet trains, you need your JR pass. Right after our samurai experience, first we stopped and got bento boxes as recommended by many YouTubers, many TikTokers. You can purchase little snacks on the train, but it was mostly recommended that you get a bento box so that you can have a snack on your journey. From Tokyo to Kyoto, it was about, I think, a 2.5, 3-hour trip. And so we did stop and get a bento box. I would like to let you know, the bento boxes are it's like you're picking it up like a little storefront right before you get on the train. And they are cold. So it's cold chicken, cold rice, cold squid dumplings. Just, it's cold, okay? I wasn't prepared for that, so I'm just letting you know. If you don't prefer your food to be cold, then the bento box may not be the way to go. You might just want to actually get a meal before you get on the train or eat when you arrive. And so we got our bento boxes, we got on the train. This is what our bento box looked like. I had the chicken. I also want to say that before you go to Japan, you might want to increase your palate. It's a lot of seafood. It's a lot of beef. It's a lot of ocean food. Okay, we're done with that. Let's get to the activity. We went to the Maikoya Kimono Tea Ceremony in Kyoto. And this is the only tea ceremony venue to win TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Award 5 years in a row. 5 years in a row, #1. And I can 100% testify to that. So when we arrived, the first thing that they had you do was, as always, as Japanese culture, was to take off your shoes. And then they ushered the men to one side and the women to another so that you could get dressed. They allowed you to pick out the kimono that you wanted to wear. And then the ladies sat you down to adorn you. So they did your hair.
Smile, Yana. Here, back up so I can get you. Give me a little twirl.
And I felt so beautiful being pampered and getting dressed up in these beautiful garments, just like if I was in my own Memoirs of a Janelsha. You see what I did there? Janelle, geisha, Janelsha. No? That's fine. That's fine. If you laughed at that, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you very much.
So, we are officially in Kyoto. As you can see, this is Kyoto. Traditional Kyoto. And they got me in a, whatever you call it. This looks like a satchel purse. But I don't know what the official name is yet, but we're going to find out what it is. But yeah, this is my get up. You like my Kora? Did my Kora whoops? Yeah, I did my Kora whoops. So I'm waiting for the girls to come out because obviously they got to do a little more extra, I guess so. So we're waiting for the girls for them to come out. I don't know how to hold this. I don't know if to hold it like this or if to hold it like this. I don't know yet, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, I'll show y'all when the girls come out.
Anywho, once we were all dressed, then they take you to a building across the street and they take you through the tea ceremony. Let's have a look. Once everyone was seated, the instructor came in and gave us a descriptive lesson on the history of the Japanese tea ceremony. She explained the different instruments that we were using and the purpose behind them. And then we were able to make our own tea and perform the ceremony with her. Did you know that matcha is a type of green tea that is made by taking young tea leaves and grinding them into a powder, and then it is whisked with hot water to make the tea? I bet you also didn't know that matcha is very high in an antioxidant called EGGC, and you might recognize that as being something that is known to fight cancer. Studies have also linked the tea to major health benefits like preventing heart disease and diabetes. So drinking matcha and using matcha in different types of food is a very, very popular and daily custom for the Japanese culture. begin?
Yeah, you can start. Yes.
What is this face, you ask? This is the face of someone perplexed as to how Japanese people are able to sit on their ankles for an obscene amount of time. The ankle sitting was definitely a struggle. I gave up and just sat on my knees.
So now we can enjoy the tea. Good?
No, it was not good. It was very bitter, but nobody wanted to be rude or disrespectful, so we just continued to smile and nod and sip. But it is very bitter. Matcha tea is not your little mocha macchiato from Starbucks, y'all. Nope.
The foam is very tasty.
Boulder Dash. The foam didn't taste like anything.
That's really famous Kyoto sweet. Yeah, if you go to the souvenir shop, you will see this almost everywhere. Yeah, and then the inside is red bean paste, and then surrounded with a mochi paper, and then also like cinnamon powder on top of it. Souvenir shop, there are so many different kinds now, but like I'd say cinnamon one is the original one.
After the ceremony, we got to spend a little extra time with the instructor, learning a little bit more and taking family photos. After the tea ceremony was probably, as much as I enjoyed actually performing the tea ceremony and learning all about that, my favorite part was taking pictures in the garden. Again, I felt like I was in my own geisha movie and I loved every second of it. The Japanese garden was absolutely beautiful. Our kimonos were beautiful. They had props for you to put on. I mean, it was beautiful. 10 out of 10, I recommend. We spent quite a good amount of time there in the garden and just goofing around and just making memories. Absolutely. So Jazz, what was your favorite part about the tea ceremony experience?
The wonderful, succulent tasting tea. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna call Boulder Dash on that one. Listen, no disrespect to Japanese culture, but that tea was not delicious. It's an acquired taste. You definitely have to get used to it. It was very bitter.
I don't know what I was expecting, but my favorite part was seeing my girls dressed up in their authentic kimono. That was my favorite part.
Yeah. Again, life is a movie for me, and I felt like I was in my own Memoirs of Janelle Geisha movie. Okay, I was crossing the street with my little tiny steps. Okay, I did. I just look. I was a geisha for 2 hours.
It was cute. It was cute. But ever since we tasted the tea at the tea ceremony, every single stop, we had tea.
So we had some type of matcha. It kept coming up.
Showing up.
And listen, they have the ability to turn matcha into everything. We had matcha cheesecake, matcha donuts, matcha
chocolate.
Yes. There was that, I don't remember what it was called. It was some type of dumpling and it was dipped in matcha. I mean, they have turned everything. You can get, you had matcha frozen yogurt. You can get anything matcha flavored in Japan.
Yeah.
So if you're a matcha fan, you need to head on over to Japan so that you can have your full.
But if you go to Japan, you have to experience it. You have to. It's like a rite of passage.
Yes. You go to Japan and embrace the culture. Learn everything you can about the culture.
Touch everything.
It's beautiful.
Taste everything. Do everything.
Do everything.
Make sure you get to your sword.
Yes. All right, cool. So we will see you next week. I'm not even sure what next week's. What's our next stop after?
Kyoto?
No, it's more the
more
bamboo
Kyoto,
forest.
yes.
More Kyoto next week.
Kyoto.
We are taking you to the bamboo forest. We're taking you to the shrine with 1,000 gates.
Ooh.
All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
We out.